Well, with a firmware-only setup, you miss the automatic capture of essential metadata, and you also risk having an incomplete audit trail. The firmware-only situation, it might look simpler up front. However, you can end up with significant weaknesses in your data integrity, and this is something that the regulators would pick up on. So therefore, it's a significant risk. Yes, that's true. Well, Bob emphasizes that standalone instruments without secure electronic records can't truly meet Part 11 requirements. And when you look at elements like manual data transfers, incomplete timestamps, and the lack of user IDs, this makes it very difficult to prove that the data is either accurate or tamper-free. Well, technically you could do that. However, if you are aiming for Part 11 level traceability, a printed readout has lots of inherent weaknesses in it. And then on top of that, the regulatory bodies are increasingly expecting robust electronic records. They look for secure archival systems and comprehensive data trails. And all of this is very difficult, if not, we would say near impossible to do with paper alone. Well, ALCOA++ includes the key attributes of complete, consistent, enduring, and available on top of the original ALCOA principles. And then firmware-only based setups often struggle to meet the full ALCOA++ principles over time. This can be especially the case when the instrument's memory fills up or if there is a firmware update required. And this is where the power of instrument-related software comes in. It basically ensures that all of your metadata is captured and is securely stored. And fundamentally, it enables you to meet all of the ALCOA++ principles. Not if you're capturing data electronically and generating digital audit trails. However, once you do, you're effectively in Group C, meaning you need to have full computerized system validation. Skipping the PC might seem cheaper, however, you do risk significant compliance issues and having incomplete data. Well, yes, the initial price might initially be cheaper. However, if you look at the total cost of ownership, it usually isn't. When you look at aspects such as managing manual data transfers, running repeated validations, and on top of that, dealing with possible data breaches, this can be very expensive quite quickly. And then software like LabX, it fundamentally gives you the security of knowing that your data is captured instantly and automatically, that it is fully traceable, and then it's available for review to you or a regulator at the click of a few buttons. Well, actually, we would suggest that you would think about both risk management and also have a think about what are the regulators expecting and what are they increasingly expecting. When you rely on firmware-only systems, you actually put your data integrity and traceability at risk. And what we're seeing over time is that the regulators are making it very clear that they expect electronic records and data management systems. So our ultimate advice would be investing in a robust integrated system like LabX. That essentially is about future-proofing your lab. And it also enables you to know that your data is consistent, it's secure, and it's always Part 11 ready.